Duel Links has a huge new update, and with it are a bunch of new powerful cards. Hello, I hope you are having a perfectly balanced day. Today's video will be about the new deck, Shinobird. I will show you a deck profile, followed by gameplay. To see more videos for the TCG, Duel Links, and Master Duel, consider pressing the big red button and leaving a comment down below. But with no further ado, enjoy! There is now a playlist for the new decks that you can see here. One more thing, this is future me. This video got delayed by a week. It was meant to be up a while ago, but I had to postpone it. So the Shinobird event is no longer active, but it will return at some point. Or they will just straight up add Noah to the gate. So my apologies for the delay to those that missed the event. This deck profile part was recorded a week ago, but the gameplay I recorded today, so there will be some more relevant commentary in there. This deck is mostly free to play, thanks to box chips, farming, and a limited amount of super rare and ultra rare box cards. And the tech cards that you might not have can be substituted for whatever. If you have pre-prep, then play that, but until it gets reprinted, most of us will not have that card. IP and Underworld are currently only from selection boxes, but they are not that important, especially when we have our tier 0 Jerry Beansman combo into this card turn 1. We will get into that in a moment, but let's explain the skill first. Because, wow, so we have a restriction that aside from extra deck stuff, we can only summon effect monsters that are spirit monsters. And I put a big emphasis on the effect monster part here for a certain reason. We can also normal summon twice. This becomes 3 normal summons with Nikitama and 4 with Sakitama, which is already pretty good, but this skill has 3 more effects. You reveal up to 2 spirit monsters or ritual spells, shuffle a card back, then for each card, add a spirit monster or spell trap that mentions spirit monsters. Effect number 3 spawns Shinato going second, and effect number 4 spawns Change of Heart in your hand if you control Shinato. This skill is insane, almost as insane as the crazy combo we are doing. And the reason why I've added this combo into the deck is to have another way to avoid being OTK'd. Because if you can avoid being OTK'd, you can win on your follow-up turn. The way it works is the Small Baron can search any ritual spell, not just Cooling. So we can use it to search Advanced Ritual Art, and the Small Baroness. Then Advanced Ritual Art into Small Baroness, using a level 3 vanilla and a level 1 vanilla from our deck. And if you draw these cards, you can just return them back to the deck with a skill. So they aren't even that bad to draw unless you literally draw them both. Then the Small Baroness will search Field Spell, then through Aratama or the skill, at some point you will likely be able to search for Kinka Bio, where you can use one of your many normal summons on this, then Reborn, Blazing and Patchy, or whichever level 1 vanilla you play, since it is not a effect monster, so the skill lets you reborn it. Then you can use these two to Xyz summon Assemble Nightingale. And this card is a good turn 1 option as it makes it harder for most decks to OTK you. So although this combo looks silly, it's actually pretty good and it makes your board more fortified turn 1, as it makes it much easier for you to survive until your next turn. For spirit ratios, we play 3 Aratama, 2 Nikitama, and 1 Sakitama. You can play 2 Sakitama, but if you are building this as free to play, I would not. You don't need to. Yorkshire is searchable back row removal, and we search Amano Awato to easily OTK, or summon it in their turn with the big ritual monsters. We play a ratio of 2, 1, 1, 1 on the rituals because the Big Baron is the best one for summoning Amano, but they are all useful and easily searchable. Cosmic is good if you play against another Shinobird deck because it banishes Milky Way, as it's the grave effect of Milky Way that lets you ritual summon in the opposing turn. So the oppressive part of this is you go this into one of these two, and then you summon a Mana Wato after you spin back 3 cards. But if you banish it with Cosmic Cyclone, of course it will not be in the graveyard to get that effect. Cosmic can also be obtained via box chips, which makes it one of the best free-to-play tech options. The only thing from the Tier 0 Jerry Beansman combo that is not super easy to get is Advanced Ritual Art. If you don't want to play this combo, you can then just cut these cards and you can play Ken Gorgon instead. This card is good as it will protect your Milky Way from Cosmic Cyclone, as you can redirect the opposing Cosmic Cyclone onto the field spell or onto a different card that's not Milky Way. I assume there is some kind of ticket that gives Ken Gorgon, and if not, then the next batch of tickets will likely have it available. MST and Vela are good tech options, but you can just play anything in these spots or play a lower deck count. What I would recommend is just playing more of the ritual monsters, as there are more cards to reveal for the skill. Since we have some low value cards in the deck, not Jerry Beansman, we want to keep the deck at 30. So if you miss cards, you can just play more of the rituals, as you get them as level ups on Noah. For the extra deck, the free to play cards are Tornado and Lyrilusk. Like mentioned earlier, the IP is not that important, and on the screen here are some other options you can play if you want to pause and have a read through. In general though, the extra deck is not that important here compared to other decks, but having a carefully selected toolbox option is still quite nice. This deck is really cool, the skill is extremely strong, the Lyrilusk combo is very nice, and Jerry Beansman is the GOAT. Enjoy the gameplay! The gameplay today is recorded offline, but you can find me stream live on Twitch on Tuesdays at 2 PM EST. So for the gameplay, I have one game demonstrating how to do the combo, and another replay to demonstrate how to do a pivot combo after being hand-trapped, and then the third replay will be us going second. So this first one is us doing the combo, uninterrupted. And we do open the Advanced Ritual Art here, but you don't have to. You can also just search it with the Small Baron instead. But because we open it, we can just go immediately into the Baroness. As this is what you normally do after you search them both with the Small Baron, to get the Jerry Beansman and the Blazing Impachi in the graveyard. Ritual off into the Small Baron, draw a card. Then, because we have enough extra bodies, we can make a Dweller here. As Dweller's pretty good against Hero, it turns off their additional draw effects. Then we can use our Kinkabio and the Reborn Impachi to make a Nightingale. Bounce back, and then we get the trap, and we already have the rest of the cards we need in our hand. I do think, actually, because, like I mentioned earlier, this part was recorded today, but the deck profile was made and recorded a week ago. I think going back on this deck, I would try and include a second Small Baron, probably over one of the tech options, like maybe over a MST, as it makes doing this combo a lot more easy if you do so. Then they go through all of their stuff. They can't generate much advantage though, as we have used Dweller. We go Battle Phase, and with our Toggle set to on, we go Starter Battle Phase, which you need to have your toggle on to do, to grab the Baroness. Summon the Baron, effect to bounce free. Then we get add 2 tokens, add back the spell, and now we are in a pretty good spot to just quite easily go for game here. Phoenix, pitch, pop, Unicorn, clear the other back row, and then because they have no more set back row, we can just guarantee game with a Mano, because they cannot activate any monster effects. No Kyroid, no Karibo, and none of that stuff. Okay, so the second replay is of us going first again, but this time getting hand trapped, and then pivoting into a more regular combo. So in many cases, Cosmic can be good going first, but if your hand is already super good, you can just return Cosmic Cyclone, as you won't need the extra layer of interaction. Especially into Blue Eyes, where they probably won't go into True Light turn 2. So we imperm the Baron here, and they have to do it on summon because it tributes for cost, so they cannot chain imperm because it won't be on the field. And this is a reason why I think I would likely play 2 Baron, as it makes it a big punish if they do that. As it makes playing through imperm or Veiler on Baron a bit more easy. Pivot into a more regular combo. Tribute these off. Go for Baroness. We go for Baroness here over the Baron because we do not have a mana in the hand. And the Baron summons a mana from the hand, whereas Baroness summons a mana from the deck. So I also think that going back on the deck list now, that's definitely a larger reason to play 2 of this and 1 of this, but that is completely up to your player preference. So in the end phase here we get to trigger both effects, because it can be used twice, to set the trap and recycle the spell, which gives us our optimal defense here. And a big thing here that's important to capitalize on is reading delays. So they go skill, they set Majesty, right? And then they go normal summon Kyberman. I go obviously Veiler onto it, and in response to the Veiler, they have no delay. So after I use Veiler, there is no hourglass flickering, so I know they cannot chain anything to this. And this means that I know that they cannot chain this Majesty face down, which means that at present they have nothing to reveal in hand. They have no OG Blue Eyes in their hand. So with that in mind, what I do is on resolution, now that I've read the delay, is I go trap, reveal, add, because I can do this safely knowing that they cannot activate Majesty. Because even if you have your toggle set to off, it does not completely mask the delay. If there's no flicker at all in the hourglass, it means they cannot chain anything. Yeah, they just flip their trap cards now, which I don't think they should have, but it makes no difference really. If they didn't do that, I would just push with my ritual stuff first and then go for game afterwards. And then this third and final replay is one of us going second, and this is against Swordsoul. This is the Ecclesia variant. I will likely cover this deck pretty soon, because I covered the 10U version, but not this version. It likely won't be the next video I do, but it will be quite soon. So we're going to do the turn 1 here. Chijiao, Moye, draw 1 and search, grab Taie, Long Yuan pitch. This is like the normal turn 1 for this deck, because you go pitch this, reborn it. Make Dragorites. I think normally though you aim to do a bit more. You aim to have the Ecclesia engrave with the golden Swordsoul, so that you can revive it and go into Albaz. So we go Cosmic Cyclone, which they then choose to Dragorite it, which makes sense because they want to have the blackout face down. And this kind of demonstrates how good the Shinato part of the skill is. We go flip up Shinato, and we go add Change of Heart, and we go activate targeting the Chengying. So here, they can chain Blackout to pop Chengying and pop these two, or they hold the Blackout. And either one is fair enough, because this Change of Heart is getting insane value either way. Even if you chain Blackout here, you lose both the Blackout and the Chengying, so it's kind of awkward. The punish of you letting me take the Chengying is what you will see now, because I can take this, and then go skill, reveal, add Yorkshire. And Yorkshire then forces the Blackout, but if you then chain Chi to negate the Yaksha, I can then activate your Chengying to banish your stuff. Which is kind of insane. They did scoop there, but I would just go through my normal line and go for the large Baron, and then bounce around the entire field back, and then go for game. That was a demonstration of how good the Shinato part of a skill is, because believe it or not, spawning Change of Heart in your hand is pretty good. Thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed and or found this video useful. Be sure to subscribe, have a perfectly balanced rest of your day, and adios. Want to be a pro at the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG? If you are one of the first 100 to use code BALANCE100, you get your first month in this Metafy community for free. As part of this, you get personalized deck building help with a 24/7 deck doctor, meta breakdown videos, Q&A, and more. You also get a big discount on any additional content. So all you have to do is make your account on Metafy, then when you go to subscribe to research a tier, just enter the promo code BALANCE100. But make haste, because this trial month only works for the first 100 people.